off, dude. It's a good day though.
How's Donna?
Donna's great.
Okay.
I'm so happy with that. That's like I said earlier. Now my goal is to get Donna an assistant.
Well,
the work's flowing.
how's your dad doing?
He's good. He's doing good. He's picking it up, man.
I was in there yesterday, and always steal his protein bars.
So how often are you in there?
Not like all the time, because I work out, have my other stuff, but right now a good bit because we're signing stuff. But I'm pretty fast on a computer. Once I'm starting to get the software down,
yeah.
Right. Jordan is good. He's a computer whiz, as you see this whole.
But the more and more. We're getting it's a year in.
You can't buy experience.
No.
I've learned that.
No, you can't.
It's very hard. So actually getting in there and getting your hands
I would say is like if you take you got 3 hours to do this work in. I can sit in that 3 hours and do it. Just go in. I don't really need the long span of just sitting around.
Right.
I'm in insurance. I'm doing insurance now, so I need to get out there and shake some hands and meet people.
Yeah, that's what the world's about.
They had a open house today for the Loan Depot next door. And
did you go?
I did. I walked around, but they were blaring. They had like the loudest high school dance DJ just all day. I could not make a phone call. Like I had to go out to my car and shut the door. And I was like, it was a good day.
DJ.
Congratulations, Loan Depot. And we will plug you.
So they had like that Beyonce style music playing where it's like that remix, like
every
techno.
Top 100 from like the past 10 years playing. It was an all-day event. It was packed, too.
Dude, that's the story of my life. I'm right above Martinis.
Yeah.
At like 3 o'clock.
You are.
It starts.
It's like, yeah.
You can hear it too, huh?
Yeah, I don't think they open until 5, but they turn on the music.
Do you ever get any requests? Do they play the same song every time? I know like some mornings I'll put the same song on to get jammed up.
No, but I can control the jukebox, from the app. On my phone,
yeah.
It costs money, but.
Are you the guy that skips people's songs?
Well, I don't have to at 3 o'clock. Nobody's in there.
What about when you are in there? Are you skipping people's songs?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not there.
Even
like from home.
It's tough when you go to the Project Lounge and people start doing that to you.
Yeah.
You put some music on and all of a sudden they start skipping and they'll spend the money.
What's your go-to song in the jukebox?
Me?
Yeah.
I got to think about that one.
What's yours?
I don't know. I usually just try to annoy people with something.
Yeah.
I think it's is it Hook? The Blues Travelers song.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Peter Pan movie.
Oh, that's a good movie too. But no, it's Blues Travelers for sure. I don't know, dude. Like some 90s Hootie and the Blowfish, Let Her Cry.
Yeah, I like that.
Just something, but I have to because I don't mind country, but I can't handle just straight country.
Hank.
Old school country.
I can't sit there at a bar and just drink beer and then have like a really, really sad song on.
No.
I want some Sherrub. I want some Stevie B, Spring Love, something.
Yeah, some Shaky Tail Feather too.
You're saying, Martin, you know what Stevie B is, right?
No.
Okay. Well, Stevie B is like a Skating Ring, Golden Gate.
Yeah, which song?
Spring Love.
Like how's it go?
Yeah, singing.
I ain't singing right now. Spring Love, come back to me.
If it was on the Golden Gate, I know it.
It's got more like techno beats to it. Oh, it was definitely. I want to ride some rides.
They have fairs all the time.
They have one in
the movie theater parking lot.
Big Place, like having their own
Yeah, Big Play does it.
They have their own fair all year round.
I tried to go. The kids wanted to go, so we went, and it was an hour wait to get in that place.
Like the whole ordeal, or just for a ride?
To get into the gate.
What is it, like 1 in, 1 out type deal? Or?
Yeah.
Dude, have you been to the arcade lately?
No, man.
You can't get in there.
The arcade in the mall?
In the Big Play. We went to a birthday party and it was dangerous. They got laser tag. They got golf carts. They got it all.
Yeah.
If you're a kid, you want to be a Big Play.
Yeah, Big Play's got it going on.
Margaritaville is doing the same thing. They got this
the Ferris wheel now.
Oh, I can't wait to ride that thing.
Is it open?
I
saw it the other night when we were there, but I didn't even think to walk.
I don't know.
It's all lit up. It looks like it's
It is. Yeah, it's lit up.
It looks real good. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Kathy and Susie's Kids. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're here with Mr. Brad Patano. What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Yeah, thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah, glad to do it.
Do you like riding roller coasters?
I can take them or leave them. Like, I don't love them, but I'll ride them.
Do you like the sketchy ones, or you go with the Disney World?
Yeah, Disney World's fine.
Okay, I kind of like.
Have you gotten sick on them?
Not a roller coaster necessarily, but some of the stuff that just spins in circles.
That Gravitron.
Yeah, the one me and Garrett rode, I got sick on that. I didn't throw up, but like I got off of it like grasping. Like, all right,
Well, that was like a
another
Gravitron, and it spun, and then it came out and started.
Yeah. Have you been to OA?
No, not
No,
yet.
North
I've
Beach?
been there, but I haven't ridden anything. And we're actually going to go this summer, but we never did.
Yeah, it's good. The water park's good, but they got two little spin around things that'll
I'll mess you up.
sick. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know it was crazy. I always used to ride that stuff whenever I was a kid. Right? No fear.
I honestly like the Ferris wheel. That's my favorite one.
It's been a while for a Ferris wheel, but
I think because we'll take the cameras up there and just
Snap.
shoot the
Damn,
shit and film.
Pretty cool.
it
How
seems
far
like
you
it
can
would be
go.
relaxing.
Oh, it is. Shoot the shit.
Can also be a little sketchy. So at times
Depends on the one they bring. Some of them are better than the others.
Yeah, I kind of like the ones that have been there for a while that don't get packed up in a truck.
Yeah, same.
Imagine like how much maintenance you think they really do with them Ferris wheels.
Not a lot.
Can't be much. Surely there is some kind of like infrastructure, police, or somebody that goes around and tests this stuff.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
So we got let's go. Butler for governor. It's Boothby. Brad Sexy
Yeah.
played at MC Gulfport. Ivan Spinner, favorite singer. John Boothby, Apple Construction, needs a podcast. You should do it. You should also buy a Ruckus and stop lying to me.
Who's that?
Boothby, because he wants a scooter.
He's gonna scoot with you.
Why
Yeah.
haven't Boothby been on yet?
I don't know.
know.
It's probably a good. I saw him the other day. I need to get him on.
Come on,
there.
I've asked
We
Boothby
do got
coming
a
on.
seat here. Yeah,
It's a call out, Boothby.
yeah. You're here. He's
What?
always here in spirit.
How do we get Jeff and Bo on?
Probably wouldn't be too hard.
We need them one.
Yeah.
We need all the
Well, you
court.
gotta take them together. You know,
We need Josh Cavett too. I thought he was going to come.
He did say he might pop in.
he's been working a lot lately.
He just texted and asked if anybody was playing Fortnite.
We've also been playing Fortnite with him. Where I'm in that group chat too.
Yeah.
So anyway, Josh, it's good to see you tonight. We appreciate you.
So who are you, Brad, and where are you from?
St. Martin. You already know this.
Okay.
Staying
But,
on.
yeah. Born and raised in Latimer,
Okay.
St. Martin, 12 years. Mississippi State. Came home.
So engineering. Did you know you wanted to be an engineer your entirety, or?
No, not really. I was in high school. I was good in math and science, and everybody was like, hey, you should be an engineer. Didn't really know exactly what it was. My stepdad worked for an engineering firm. My dad worked out at DuPont. So kind of knew a little bit about it, and really just went into it because that's what my teachers told me I should do. Started out in chemical, so I co-opted, worked while I was in college, figured out I didn't want to be a chemical engineer, and I changed to electrical.
So how many different kinds are there? There are it's like civil, chemical, engineering.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Mississippi State has mechanical, electrical, civil, computer. I think we have a biomedical. Structural is, kind of just a version of
Mixture of all.
civil.
Yeah.
So yeah, I may be missing one, but they're industrial.
So lots and lots.
Yeah, there's probably more that other schools have.
And they're all different.
Yeah, they're all a little different.
Like electrical's a little harder than construction. Or is it like, they're about equal?
Well, I don't know if there's a construction engineer. Like there's a construction engineer in technology or something like that
Okay.
that Southern offers, but it's not an accredited program, so you can't get licensed. But nah, I mean, I don't know if one's harder than the other. I guess it just depends on kind of what your aptitudes are.
So yeah, what you're good at, and how often do you actually work together with all of them, come together for projects?
So that's the unique thing about our firm. We have them all in house. So we have civil, mechanical, electrical, and architecture all in house. So on a project, on a big building project, you're going to work with all of them every job. So most firms are just an electrical firm, a mechanical firm, a civil firm.
And then we've got
Structural
this
firm.
one specific super firm that's down here in Biloxi that I get to drive by every day. MP Design Group.
But where'd you work before MP? Where was your first gig?
Well, my first gig was at Ingles for 6 months. and wasn't really my vibe out there. Great place. We do a lot of work out there now, but for me, it wasn't a good fit. So I went to work for a company in D'Iberville called Cafe Incorporated. You probably never heard of them.
I've seen them right across from Toronto's.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
My Uncle Buck used to work there.
It's the place with the
That
church
was your
that
uncle?
has
Buck was your uncle?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buck was a good dude, man.
Very good dude, man. He was married to Mary Janet.
Yeah, I really like Buck.
So
That's big rich guys.
Hated that.
Yeah.
So he taught me a lot.
Really?
Yes, I was there for I guess about 8 years, and so they do construction and engineering, so it's a design build company. And so the first year that I was there, I wasn't licensed, and so Jerry put me in the field. So I was bending pipe and pulling wire, and stayed there for a while, and then made the jump.
So you just was like, this ain't for me, pulling wire and bending pipe, or did you when you made the jump? Were you still doing that?
No. I came in the office after about a year.
Okay.
So I was doing design work in the office, and it was good. Doing a lot of traveling. Really, I went from Alaska to Maine, working for him. So saw a lot, but just kind of always wanted to do my own thing. And so yeah, stayed there for 8 years, and then.
So 8 years is a long time. So I also spent 8 years somewhere, and I pretty much got like almost a PhD in this stuff.
Is the place, has it a name?
Yeah, but they changed their name.
Okay.
Recently, so it doesn't even matter anymore.
I didn't even know that until this week.
Yeah, they didn't send you an email or.
I knew it when my app changed.
Yeah, well, I logged on. I got an old credit card from Bancorp, and I logged on to pay it. And it was like, welcome to Cadis Bank. And I was like, oh shit, I got hacked.
Wow.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good commercial, guys.
Yeah, use that.
But no, I mean, when it changed on me, I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't.
Yeah.
It popped up on my phone. I'm like, what is this? Because there's so many apps now.
Right.
Yeah. Another one just changed. Was it Uber or Uber Eats or Waiter? I think Waiter just changed. Is it not Waiter anymore?
Did you?
I feel like I used Waiter this week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, when Hancock Whitney changed, they like put it out there for like 2 years. Like, hey, we're gonna change our name, and it might be Hancock Whitney. And
well, y'all just did a name change.
Did it. Yeah,
y'all just changed because. But I still.
How long did that take? That transition?
It's still transitioning. But we started working on that or started discussing that probably 2 years ago, maybe. Just kind of got to a point where we outgrew, it was Machado, Patano, 2 people, but obviously there's a whole lot more people behind it than just David and I, and, really important people. And we just outgrew 2 names.
Yeah.
So
and outgrew y'all's old office. Let's talk about this new office that you got.
Hold on. First, do you have any old merch that I can have? Like maybe a hat or something just to keep?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. I'll go.
Golf towels.
I'll go through the closet.
Hey, dude. Sick.
Yeah, so y'all got this building. Now I remember getting a phone call from Carrie a while back, and she was like, "Hey, I need you to go buy this building. The door's been kicked open. It's been purchased." And I go by there, and there may or may not have been some homeless people in the building.
Yeah,
and it's pitch black in there. It's middle of the daytime, and I'm like, man, I do not want to walk in there. So I'm standing at the door.
Did you have a gun?
Yes,
okay.
I did. But only because I carry, and it was in my car. But anyway, she just wanted me to go do a sweep, a courtesy check. And I remember standing there, and I was just like, if you're in here, I will buy you whatever you want from McDonald's if you come out right now. And I waited, and nobody ever came out. And then I'm like, oh man, like I got to walk in here. So I did do like a sweep in there, and it was empty. But man, it was a dump. And to see what you guys have done with it, over the years, and to be in there just the other day, tell us about that.
Yeah, we bought that building. There was it had no east wall and no south wall at all. It was just plywood. It had all been blown out from Katrina and sitting there for a long time. It was actually on the city's blighted building list to be torn down for years, and the city never would tear it down. We tried to buy it probably 2 or 3 years before we actually bought it, and they didn't want a deal. And so came back to them a couple years later, and we were able to work something out. And I think we got a really great deal on it, especially the way Biloxi's trying to make a comeback down there. And so for what we paid for it to get the land and a partial building, we were pretty happy with it. Took a lot to get it where it's at today. Took more than what we thought.
That's any project.
It is. Yeah. I mean, it was funny because we felt like all of our clients feel, we designed something and started building it, and like, oh, this shouldn't cost that much.
So what was the turnaround? How long was it, the project?
About a year probably to get it renovated.
I mean, it's a badass building.
Yeah, we're proud of it.
And you got a bar there too. I mean, you got a liquor store. I mean, you got.
I like the stairwell in the middle of the building.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty. Dope.
That's original.
Yeah, that's character. I don't know if we got any pictures of it. We probably don't. We probably should have got you to upload something.
What when you like what I'm liking about Biloxi is really stepping it up with like the party scene too. There's a lot more stuff going on. The first Friday, things
the
like
block
that.
Party.
Shout out to there. We did Llama Palooza. I went this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I had a blast at Llama Palooza. Yeah, I parked in your sidewalk on my scooter.
Come on, do it.
Dude, it was good. A good turnout. Guys, I don't know if you've ever been to Llama Palooza, but it was sick.
Yeah, Fly Llama, shout out. Then I was leaving the office this afternoon, and they were doing the Biloxi Cemetery tours, which are pretty popular.
Have you done it yet? I haven't never done it.
I did it, I'm in the chamber. I did it with the chamber probably about 3 years ago. I went. I didn't act or I didn't do anything, but the premise is, they pick out a theme and then they hire actors or get actors to portray the dead people's lives, and they just talk about the positive things that they did in the community. And dude, I tell you what, there would have to be 500 cars there whenever I was rolling down Irish Hill today.
Oh
yeah, I thought something bad was going on, and then I realized that's what it was.
Do you know how we increased to 1,000 cars? Guys start having it at nighttime, midnight tours. You want to freak some shit out? Midnight tours.
Be a little creepy.
Cree, look at me right now. Midnight tours at the cemetery would change the game. You can add a little more.
Cree's actually acting.
Maybe sell some glow sticks.
Yeah, we used to do the midnight rock and roll graveyard tours.
Yeah, I used to too.
I went there. I had a buddy pass away, and they buried him there. And I went there for Oh yeah, and I went there for the first time. It's probably about 3 years ago. First time I've been there since high school. Now tell me what you heard about that place, because you're a few years older than us. What were the rumors back then about rock and roll graveyard?
I don't remember the specifics, but it was haunted.
Yeah,
it was a rough place, man.
Yeah.
Like that's where you went to get scared.
I got stuck there one time. I was just got my driver's license. I was driving stepmom's. She had like this Mitsubishi Galant, and I think I like transmission, like maybe dropped the gear and just blew up the transmission pretty much. But I was there at the cemetery, and I rolled into it, and I sat there for 4 hours by myself.
Not the place to get broke down.
It wasn't too bad, but it was pretty fucking scary.
Did any anomalies happen while you were there?
Dude, I heard things like crackle, like footsteps feeling like, come on, this cemetery is crazy.
Why do I remember stories about albinos being out there?
That was what they used to say.
Yeah.
That and they said it was foxes. Like if you were shining the flashlights, you could see eyeballs in the woods, but it was foxes' eyes. And I don't really know.
All right, we got Brad is looking sharp. Okay, so Brad, tell us what. Okay, hold on. Let's go to this one I just seen. Brad, he needs to finish his private lessons he paid for. Brandon Davis.
I do, Brandon. I need to do that. I think about it a lot.
Have you been rolling around in the octagon?
It's been a couple years, but yeah. So I roll with Brandon a little bit.
Was that intimidating or?
Man, it was humbling.
Yeah,
honestly, like
he knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah, and
he's not half-assed about anything that he does. So if he has to show you something, like you're getting the full effect.
I went in thinking that I was in shape, thinking I had cardio, and no. Like he was like, "All right, 3 minutes, timer's gonna start now," and like 90 seconds.
So that's why you ain't been back.
Yeah. No, I was training with somebody else, so we were kind of splitting it up.
Oh,
so
he broke up with you.
It wasn't. No. I was training with another person, and Brandon was training both of us at the same time, so that I didn't have to roll with Brandon.
Was this just? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, is it? Y'all got in a bar fight and you had to take anybody out, or?
Well, it was just because I just wanted to try it out, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a great workout. But Brandon would say, "All right, you can put me in any position you want. You can start however you want, and then we'll go." And I'm like, "That's not fair. Like, you can't give me position and." Maybe I weigh more than you.
Well, he is Killer B.
Yeah, and he was like, "It's cool, just do it." And then,
he's just testing himself.
5 seconds later, I'm like screaming.
Brandon's using everybody as dummies.
Yeah. Well, it's working.
So we had this go. That's a good question. I haven't had this one thing. Jeff, we were at. You do have playgrounds. We're gonna be there. And get us all the toys though. We need to collect them all.
Yeah, we're gonna need some toys.
You want the adult toys, though, right?
I already got 2 of them. We got the Hamburglar, and then
Jeff, I want some throwback McDonald's cups. Batman Forever.
We got them.
I know, but we want another set.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you got the hookup on the old toys.
What kind of projects you got going on? That's a good one by Mr. Ivan Spinner.
So we got a lot of schoolwork going on right now, all over the state, really. Trying to think of what we got that's around here that might be interesting to talk about. Ocean Arrow. I don't know if you've seen anything about them lately out at the port. Pretty cool project that we're going to do out there. We got one. I wish I could tell you about it. It's in a pretty prominent piece of property in Biloxi.
Top secret.
Well,
Tip-top
yeah.
secret.
I mean, it's still in the works.
I'm
not
excited
quite-
then.
not quite
I can tell
able
by
to-
the look in your face that
It's
it's
gonna
going
be
to
Is it a new water
It's
park?
going to be cool. No,
Silver Sand's coming back?
no, but that would be cool too.
Yeah.
I mean, is it like a tourist project?
It'll be a little bit of everything.
Okay.
A little bit of everything.
You'll definitely see it.
I like it. I
So
like it.
I'm excited.
I think there's the growth down here is such a huge thing. After Katrina, most people were scared to come back. I know you had a lot of friends that they graduated and they're gone. They left. They go off. That happens a lot. I got a lot of friends that it's easy to go on to another state where there's a lot of opportunity to go down. But whenever people are bringing opportunity here, that lights me up, man. I want to see this place grow.
Yeah.
And you guys are big and influential with that. I mean, y'all are everywhere. Y'all are doing all the projects. Anything I feel like that's popped up in the past 5 or 6 years,
Watch that camera, bud.
it's got one of y'all stamps on it. So
we try. I mean, the biggest thing that everybody's really facing right now is we got all this great property and we got to figure out a way to develop it that, insurance will allow us to do. Brooks, if you can do anything about that.
I'm working on it, dude. So I think one of my missions is, to see the difficulty that people have between the flood, the wind. Like I want to go to Jackson and I want to go to Washington and try to change this.
I think somebody's got to.
Somebody's got to, and I was under Shorty Sneed for a long time, and that was one of the missions that he took, as being in it. He's just like, man, look, if it's going to be this way, then I'm going to at least try to grab the steering wheel and mold it to where it's going to benefit us to an extent. Because I mean, you see this force place stuff that's in place, and it's a lot of it's garbage, but it's necessary. You gotta have it, and I think that there's a lot of funding out there for other things that are wasted.
Yeah, there's got to be a solution. I mean, I go to Orange Beach a lot, and I look and I see what they've done over there. I mean, they're developed right on the water.
Right.
Like you can spit into the water from these condos and these developments, and places like Pirates Cove built right on the beach on the sand. And you try to do that here, and it's just like roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. There's always a reason to say no. And
are we talking about politics here?
Local politics.
That's a big thing. I mean, that's the number one issue when people try to do any kind of project or build something. It's like a roadblock.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a roadblock.
Well, you guys have people that are hired just to smooth projects out, right? I mean, you got that project or
fixers.
Yeah, fixers.
Yeah, we got fixers. No,
yeah.
I mean, we don't have fixers.
No, you should.
Does it affect? Oh, sorry, my bad. Does it affect though? Like when you have some of these projects, and I'm being serious about this, like as a large project because y'all take it on and you got so many mouths to feed and y'all get delayed. Does that really make it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It hurts because I mean y'all have a big team.
I mean you plan a whole production schedule around what it takes to get one of those projects done, and you may put off other clients, and then when those things hit roadblocks and you're stuck, you got to scramble, try to fill that gap.
How often does that happen? Let's say out of 10 projects.
Oh man, a lot. I mean, something seems to always come up, with big projects.
When y'all go into a bit of a project, do y'all have some of that fat for these reasons for the delay because they're like politics, and there's always honestly a lot of it's some are serious stuff, but a lot of it's just BS.
When you say do we have fat, I mean we have a backlog of projects, so we have things we can move up, but when we go into a project, we have to be prepared that everything's going to go right, because if it does go right, you got to be able to do your part, and you can't say, well, we planned on y'all having roadblocks and you didn't, so now we're your roadblock. Like you can't do that.
It's kind of terrifying.
Like we got one in Ocean Springs right now that's going to be a part of the project is a parking garage downtown. And that was funded by the state. It's a kind of a public-private partnership with the city and the developer. And that money was approved and appropriated probably a year ago. But then just to get through the process of going from appropriation to having a check ready to cut took probably over a year.
That's crazy.
So that project, which we were hot and heavy on, all of a sudden hit the brakes because the money's not here yet.
So how many of these projects, what's like the typical start to finish date on one of those projects? I know that probably varies.
Yeah, it's hard to answer because every project's different. But I mean, a big project, we've got one it's going to be a $35 to $40 million construction project, and our design time frame on that's 9 months, roundabout.
That's pretty
But
quick, dude.
but that one even hit issues. Like, that's in the northern part of the state, and they wound up having some issues that got kicked to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled quickly, fortunately. But that was months that we waited.
Right.
And months for the Supreme Court is pretty fast.
How many projects are you guys doing outside of Mississippi now?
Not a lot. We used to do more outside of Mississippi. We had one in Tennessee. We just finished up, but not a lot right now.
So I got a question on this. What is, and you don't say the name of the project, but what is the stupidest roadblock you've dealt with on a big job? What is the stupidest thing? Just one. You don't have to name the project, but what is the stupid? You can name the project if you want. But what's the stupidest roadblock you've had to deal with that's cost you tons of money?
Man, we've had to deal with gopher turtles, being on property. You got to relocate those. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gopher turtle.
Okay.
Is that endangered or?
Apparently.
Garrett, can you pull that up? Oh,
What do they look like?
yeah, I want to see them.
You probably want to not see it, so you have plausible deniability if you ever find one on
Really?
your property. Like, I thought that was a box turtle.
Oh man, is it that close?
I don't know.
Like,
How
have
long
I
did it
seen one
take to
before?
push the project back? What did it cost? I mean, like, how long did it take?
Man, don't make me lie, but this is years and years ago. But when we were dealing with it, somebody gave us a figure for what it cost to relocate a turtle, and that was not
Drop the figure.
That was not. I don't remember, and I could grossly overstate it.
There it is. It does look like a box turtle though.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's important.
That's a big turtle. Turtle.
Yeah,
Turtle.
Okay, so yeah,
You
look
don't-
out for those guys.
Yeah,
And that
you
will
wanna find those.
stop a project.
Yeah, we've had like football field lighting projects with Osprey that build a nest in the the light tower,
Yeah,
and you can't even get around it. You can't change the bulbs.
I think those things would probably kill a human. If you got close
Probably,
to, yeah,
yeah.
they're pretty big.
Yeah, there's certain months out of the year you can't mess with them, so you got to wait for those months to pass so you can finish the project.
In months.
Oh yeah, it's like 4 or 5 months out of the year you can't mess with an osprey nest. When I say mess with it, you can't even get around it.
Have you ever done a project where it was like done on time, perfect, no issues, no problems whatsoever?
Everyone, just call me.
Yeah, I love it. love
No, I mean no something.
But y'all,
Always
y'all are good at putting fires out too, though.
that's pretty much my daily job now, is just to put out fires.
How much of like transition and how long did it take for you to transition to the role you're in now? I mean, because from start to when you first started, clearly you weren't a lot at that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gradual thing. I mean, when I started with David in 2009, I think there was 12 of us total. So I was doing everything. I was, drawing, drafting, anything and everything I was doing myself. And then we just gradually grew out of that as we hired more people, and the need, to get out of the office more just kind of overwhelmed the need to sit there behind the computer and draw.
So
Would you rather draw or would you rather put fires out?
I'd rather put fires out.
Okay.
you're better at that probably.
Probably.
The good thing is, the positions of that company. Like, but I mean, you can relate to some of these, like you being an engineer and you can talk to another engineer.
Or even starting
I try.
from the bottom, at the other place, Cafe, and being hands on there to being able to relate to the people who are hands on now.
Yeah, I mean, I try. I mean,
We got some people
in the
asking.
office, if they're watching, they're laughing at me right now. But yeah, I try to at least be able to relate to what it takes.
We got some people saying, we got Michelle says, save the turtles. Jennifer Cox says, pour him another drink. Bo says, go Brad, woohoo.
Mm.
And then Jeff goes, have you considered a driving parking school in the area? I hear it. I need it. Jeff is trolling always.
Always trolling.
But Jeff, you know what? You need more playgrounds at McDonald's, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're out of the adult toys too, by the way.
And they need to quit telling people to pull forward to wait on their food. Just need to go ahead and
Yeah. Why do you have them spaces,
just
Jeff?
need to get it whenever you're at the final drive.
Whatever happened to fast food when you know what I mean? Like it used to be get in, get out. Now it's like, sir, your fries are not ready. Can you get in that one spot right here? Now you go to there's a kiosk where you have to pull a table tent.
I like the kiosk though.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I feel like robots are taking over the
Purell
world.
on it, I'm okay with it.
Are you scared
I
of
mean, you're
robots?
scrolling on that?
Yeah,
Kinda
like
like-
licking it and stuff.
Yeah.
I can only imagine kids doing.
So make sure, guys, you support McDonald's.
I couldn't have that dude's job. He's on blast on Facebook like every day.
Yeah,
Somebody's on there mad about, increase the price of coffee on.
ice cream machine's broken.
Well, that's a given.
Always.
I mean, when I hit McDonald's, I'll make sure I hit their places. And
Yeah.
it's good. Look, I love McDonald's, guys. I really do. I mean, it's kind of me and Oliver go, and that's his thing. Like, maybe once a week he gets a little Happy Meal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he enjoys it. Loves eat. He has to eat all his food, then he gets his toy.
Yeah.
Wait. You withhold the toy
Always.
until he's the
Yeah, with the adult Happy Meal, I did
You
the
don't
same
let him
thing.
get
For
the joy of pulling.
Emily
out
did
the
it to
toy.
me too. Like, I got the adult Happy Meal. We're sitting at the table because we go in as a family and sit down. And I was trying to grab the adult Happy Meal toy, and she had to finish all my food, and I got it. I think that's
Making a happy
This is a
plate.
true story.
Oh, I don't eat McDonald's as much.
You got to eat your food, then you get your toy. That's a rule. That's a rule.
Yeah, can't have any pudding.
You're saying Kathy Brooks literally
I'm
said
saying I've been this size since I was 12 years old.
you
There
didn't
was
get
no
Happy
problem
Meals.
with me eating food. Like I've been making happy plates for a minute. So, I didn't get Happy Meals.
So you always got like a big kid's meal. You got the adult meal.
Yeah,
So when you got this meal, you said it came with a Big Mac,
it comes with a Big Mac now, or chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
like a 20-piece.
Yeah, I think it's.
I was like, I don't know. I don't think it's 20. I mean, Jeff, come on, tell us what it is.
Yeah,
You're in here.
He said, "Save this for the future podcast that will never happen. One day,
Oh,
we need to do a podcast from the ball pit.
we got it.
and the
We
playground.
need to get Kerry Fountain because he's been ready for us. We need to book him. He's ready to come on.
That's
Yeah.
George Michael.
That is the mayor of Jackson County. I don't care who you are.
Absolutely.
If you're thinking Jackson County, it's Kerry
I
Fountain.
want him and Troy on.
I'd rather have Kerry Fountain as the mayor of Jackson County, and I'd be fine with
He
life.
could be the sheriff of Jackson County.
I feel like
Do you think he's going to run?
I don't know. Probably not.
so. I was talking to somebody the other day. Are they
Kerry's
gonna
like-
are they gonna appoint somebody? Or are they doing the runoff or
I think it's a special election.
a special election?
If he runs,
Carrie,
you got us.
Starting all kinds of rumors here.
We'll do some green screen footage, Wild Wild West style. Maybe Zorro. I'm feeling, definitely.
Do you eat McDonald's?
If I ate McDonald's, I would eat it at Desher Family McDonald's.
Yeah.
If you don't eat it though,
Probably not.
what kind of food do you eat?
I eat fast food. I eat Zaxby's.
I love Zach wings and things.
It's okay.
I mean, I eat Chick-fil-A, obviously, but that's not fast food.
What is that? What is Chick-fil-A if it's not fast food?
It's gourmet, right?
Yeah, I guess that's.
I think
that's
it's
a step
like-
above.
It's Michelin star rated, I'm sure.
I'm Raising Cane's.
I'm ready to try the new place on the.
Do you like
corner,
Raising Cane sauce?
Cedar Lake and Pops Ferry?
What is that?
I don't remember the name of it. Clucking Chicken.
Slim Chickens.
Is it open yet?
It's not open
It's about
yet.
to be open. You guys go check it out. I drive by it when
Yeah,
I drive that way.
We did that project.
Did y'all?
Mm-hmm.
So when's it opening?
So yeah, you just tell us what date, what
We
time.
design them. We don't open them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you like cane sauce? I love cane sauce. Like I told you this. I've bought a gallon of cane sauce before and had to measure it
Of it.
of the tea jug. This is when Jug was alive. This is 2012,
That's a lot of
2010. I bought a whole gallon. I remember
How
going
much did that cost you?
back then. I think it was like, I know it was around $22, something like that. I remember going to
It's cheap.
Pure One Imports across the street, in Crossroads, and then I went to Raising Cane's, bought a whole gallon, and man, I tell you what, put that
Still
on some
got some.
bologna, make some sandwiches with it. No, we
I'm
went
a
through
no
it.
slaw extra toast kind of guy.
Me too. I don't do the coleslaw there,
Toast is
guys. You
good.
got to change that
Yeah.
shit.
Toast is good.
What
Do you like
toast?
coleslaw?
Toast, yeah,
Do you like coleslaw?
Yeah, I usually eat the coleslaw.
Do you? Are you a
Yeah.
coleslaw guy? Like, is it?
No, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a coleslaw guy.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you feel like the toast though? Does anybody feel like, and guys in the comments that you're listening, does anybody feel like the toast has got smaller?
I feel like everything's gotten smaller.
I agree with that.
It's like this now. It used to be a nice size.
The
Yeah.
extra, like the supersized fries, they're smaller. The big cups, they're smaller. Everything's smaller.
Well, that's what they're trying. Like for inflation, this is how they're getting us. They're making everything 4 ounces smaller.
I mean, it works.
I've been going to that international the international food place by the office, and I've been buying just ramen noodles. right?
Are they
Spicy.
smaller.
Yeah. Well, no, they're
So like authentic ramen noodles.
yeah. They got these double spicy chicken ones.
How do you cook those?
I don't know, on boil water. But I do have one of them fancy electric whatever. What are they
Ramen
called?
makers.
They're bowls of water. What is it called?
Pot.
Pot? Electric pot? I don't. But I have one of them, and I do the ramen noodles in that. And I love them. I add me an egg, and I'm good to go.
Like fried rice.
But I also like ramen noodles dry. How about you? What do you think about that?
No, but my daughter eats them dry.
Okay, well, we're on the same page then.
Weird.
Shout out to Brad's daughter.
Weird.
Yeah. So you got 2 kids, right?
2,
Yeah. How old are they?
13, 14.
Really? So you're right in the middle of it. Like you said, you had homecoming the other night. You're the chauffeur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
So
You were at the dance?
No, but I drove them to all the different locations.
what do kids
they had to
do
get
for
to.
fun these days? Man, no.
Snapchat,
Snapchat,
TikTok. Yeah.
TikTok.
That's what I do. Like you can't snap until you eat your food.
Okay. That's a tool.
Really? That's a
I
rule?
mean, not really, but
They don't
like,
wanna
that
Good
would,
luck
That,
to the
that would
food.
motivate them more.
I don't
Got some
wanna-
attitude too, huh?
Phone eats
Oh,
first
yeah.
is what they say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you. Oliver's, he's 4 and him as a teenager.
Have your hands
You're
full.
about to hit the good years though.
Well, when I was a teenager, we were having keg parties at Bodge Bet and doing whatever, sneaking alcohol from parents' house.
Ragers.
Like I literally stole every bit of the alcohol at my parents' cabinet and filled it up with water. Me and him both.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. My liquor cabinet, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to put a lock on that pretty soon.
Yeah. Hopefully they're not watching. They're
Well,
probably hitting it up right now while you're out.
Let me give you a little secret too. I put a little tape on the.
They're too smart for that.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I know one. I still remember this, but me and Matt went through a bunch of like the homemade wine, and my ass was chewed out for that. We were young. We were running around and doing crazy stuff when we were teenagers. Imagine Oliver being 13, 14.
No doubt.
I can't say nothing.
It's weird when your son hits puberty. It's weird.
Yeah.
Really
Just see
weird.
him doing. You remember just doing stuff yourself?
Yeah, yeah, and that makes it even more weird.
Yeah. So one day. All right. Tell us a weird dad story.
Yeah, for sure.
Surely you got some.
Oh man, I don't have any of those right off the top of my head.
No,
No,
they're coming. Surely they are.
Had your kids ever snuck out of the house yet?
not yet.
Really? They're good, pretty good kids then.
I mean, they're 13, 14.
Yeah.
Where are they going to go?
I'm from Latimer, so
Yeah, see, we didn't sneak out in Latimer when I was 13, 14.
My
'cause
mom
there was
didn't want me in the
nowhere
house.
to go.
They
Like, I had to walk.
Yeah.
I had to walk like 5
Four
miles.
wheelers, man. Four wheelers.
in all honesty, we had our own little fort, and it's like I was on 10 acres. We had a little fort, and we would just like throw like our own mini parties.
So where were you at?
Crewthurst Country corner,
Mm-hmm.
the house on the corner.
Okay.
So I grew up.
Okay.
So in the back there,
Yeah.
Eric Bird lived next door to me.
Mm-hmm.
Paul is his grandpa, and we'd have a little fort like party house. And then Brandon Bailey, shout out Brandon Bailey, thanks for the dumpster this weekend. But Brandon Bailey lived in Virginia City, and then he would ride his dirt bike. Oh, we were sneaky.
Yeah.
And we all Joseph Dom, all of us. We
had trails going through these woods
Yeah.
that connected.
Red Creek.
So y'all had neighbors. I didn't have any neighbors. I was too far out.
Too far out.
How far were you?
I was out in Jim Ramsey.
Oh
Way out
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
that's kind of far.
There's still really not any neighbors, but back then there was none.
None.
So what'd you do? Let's say high school. What kind of parties did you all throw?
We were at the range lines and Josh's house, obviously.
Yeah. Josh, shout out.
Everybody had a party at Josh the Covettes. Oh,
They're still having parties there to this day. I don't know if they are.
well,
We
Jesse.
had our 10-year class reunion. We had a party there.
Really?
Yeah, had
That's
to.
solid.
Had
So
to.
let's keep it real.
Jesse Parker would throw the best Halloween parties at that fire, where they used to have the pit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you ever been?
I've been.
I picked up Josh. Josh got me hooked on Kettle One. I remember Josh going with me, and he's like, let's get this bottle of vodka and it's Kettle One. And I kind of love Kettle One because of that guy.
Yeah.
You guys, are you listening and don't know who Josh Cavett is? He's kind of a big deal, right? So be on the lookout.
I would say close to the Great Gatsby.
Oh, yeah. He's mysterious, but we are going to be making a song about him.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to download it once we release it.
It'll be on our SoundCloud. We'll drop the name later.
Yeah. Just remember the name, Josh Cavett. Shimmers. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's such shiny.
You seen it.
Anyways.
So, Brad, Tell us about Mississippi State football. What's going on?
Disappointing right now.
Yeah. Are you an Ole Miss fan yet?
And do you own a cowbell?
Never. I do have one cowbell.
Sits on your mantle?
So I was thinking
it's in the stadium. Right
I was
now,
thinking
but
Mike Leach
it'll be on the mantle.
was going to be the truth. What's going on? I feel like he doesn't really have all his players in yet.
Well, I think he's got his players. I mean, I think it was one of those things where it's like it's a roll of the dice with him, you know. And I don't blame a school like State for taking a chance on that.
No, absolutely.
You got to get outside the box a little bit. And I'm not mad at him, but I think we've seen that it's going to have limited success in the SEC.
Yeah.
So,
but y'all got some athletes, man. That's for sure. That's for sure. You go to every game. You got season tickets.
Yeah, I try. I mean, I've missed one this year.
One. I haven't been to an Ole Miss game in 2 years now. But I
swore get up there.
I swore it off for 5 years after the Tunsil situation and the Hugh Freeze. I was just like, man, we just got shifted. It's going to be super hard to be loyal to that, and I don't like getting my heart broken.
What where's the Ole Miss game at this weekend?
LSU.
Yeah, I think it's in Baton Rouge.
Hey, Mom. Hey, you're not making it to the pink dress run, but enjoy the game, Mom. Yeah, they got tickets. They're going to LSU Ole Miss game. They're gonna make it to the run.
Hopefully we win. It's been a great year for us. It's been entertaining to watch. I think Lane Kiffin's is definitely bringing something to the table that's working for them.
Yeah, so. I mean, when y'all hired Lane, I thought it was a good hire. I would have taken Lane over Leach, but
no, I know that Mississippi just had a killer year in baseball, though. That was super huge for us, and then y'all the year before. Like, for that to even be a thing is almost unreal, unheard of. No one's ever done that, so I thought that was cool.
Need a mobile quarterback.
I think you have to have a mobile quarterback.
That's Kenny.
Today. Yeah.
I really don't watch football, so I'm trying to pick everybody's words and use it for myself.
Yeah, Kenny and I agree on that. Like, I think if you take Mike Leach's offense, you put 5-6 wide receivers in a route, and you've got a guy that can run, like Jaden Daniels at LSU.
Yeah.
Which I don't like Jaden Daniels. I don't think he's the answer, but
he's mobile.
It's hard to defend that.
Yeah.
You turn your back, try to run downfield, and you got a guy that's just going to take 10, 15 yards every time. It's tough.
Well, you see that to be the trend, I think, in college football. I guess it was starting to just that one dominant player.
Yeah, and
now get the ball in his hands and just gonna keep using him.
Is there a cap? Is there a cap with these players though? On like
how much you can pay them?
Yeah, sponsors.
And is MP Design Group going to do any?
Yeah, but I mean, is there a cap? You think?
Deals?
I don't think there's been a cap for 20 years.
No, I'm saying for the actual individual players that get money now.
I don't think anything's changed. They've been getting paid for years.
Yeah, but now it's legal.
Now it's legal. Yeah. But I don't know the answer to that. If there's a cap, I haven't heard that there's a cap.
Is like how
there's a person listening right now that loves college football. Is there a cap on that money? Because I see in the next 5 years, no cap. Garrett says no cap. I say in the next 5 years, it's going to be tough for the NFL because the way these guys are getting paid, and if they get paid hard like this and they play hard. I mean,
or what about the ones that get paid hard and don't play?
What if you get a $50 million contract in college for Nike or one of these brands or whatever, and I don't want to play the NFL. I've already.
Surely it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think about these quarterbacks in the NFL, how much their contracts are now. It's insane.
Yeah, you reckon the Broncos want a refund on Russell Wilson?
Much money.
It's awful.
Ivan, are you going to do you have a sponsored college player for Penn State yet, or?
I think Ivan's about definitely sponsoring some of those.
Oh, for sure. He's up in Ole Miss now, so I'm pretty sure he owns a few players.
Probably.
Yeah, 100%. Like he has his own players.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah. Hey, drive one of these cars.
He sponsored beat Brandon Davis for UFC. He fought Saturday.
Ivan did?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He don't play no games. I've seen a lot of people down here watch.
Yeah.
Athletes. For sure.
No, I think at the end of the day, I mean, it's all about capitalizing on opportunity.
I think it's great they made it legal that you can, get sponsorship and like money. Because a lot of these guys that do play college, some of them don't make it to the pros because of injuries.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but I don't know what it's going to do for parity across the board. I mean, the rich get richer.
Yeah, it's going to do that.
So I don't know what that means for the rest of us if we're not Alabama.
Yeah. Well, Alabama,
They're having a tough time right now, right?
Took the L this week.
Well, they did.
That was a wild game, right?
It's
Did you
gonna
watch the
happen.
game?
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah. Did you scream at the end like everybody else, or
Of course.
throw your beer in the air? Or?
Yeah, I was at.
Where'd you watch the game at?
I was at Rooftop. The homecoming dinner was at Rooftop. So
Okay.
I was there chaperoning at the bar watching the game.
A little while. Was there some other adults in the bar with you? Or?
There was a few, yeah, but the kids were watching it. Actually, most of them were watching that, not watching their dates.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor guys.
I mean,
They haven't figured it out yet.
No.
God, hey, if you're young and you're listening to this, you got a lot of life to live.
All right,
Keep
Brad.
living.
Speaking of young people, tell somebody some advice that you would give up and comer that's good at math or that was kind of in your shoes. What advice would you give someone?
I don't know if it matters if you're good at math or not, but wherever you're at, I would just say figure out a way to make yourself as marketable as you can be to your employer, but to the industry that you're in. And if you do that, you put yourself in a good situation. I feel like I did that whenever I was at CAFE. They didn't have anybody that was carrying their general contractor or their electrical contractor's license in all the states that we were working in. So I did that for them. And, it wasn't a big thing, but like it was the ticket for them to be able to do work in those states. So everything that, they didn't really have IT, didn't have a lot of IT. So I kind of learned that, picked that up, did a lot of that for them as well. Just trying to make yourself as marketable as you can be. Obviously it'll help you, increase your earning power, but just helps you move on to the next step,
Absolutely.
It's crazy to see that you went from a small company to where y'all are at now. I mean, it didn't happen overnight for sure. Do you ever look back at like your accomplishments with like the way you have projects now versus the smaller projects you had before?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. We really started out, beg, borrowing, and stealing to get work, however we can, just give us a shot. That's all we asked for was an opportunity. And, really, a lot of our success is because people gave us an opportunity. The first school job we ever did was for Biloxi Public Schools, and we had never done one. And so when people said, okay, give us your qualifications, we're submitting $1 million project.
Scraping it together to make it look good.
Like, this doesn't really stand up to what other people are presenting. But, the guys there, and at the time it was Arthur McMillan, he was superintendent, and, he gave us a shot, and he didn't have to do that. And that really was probably a springboard for us, because once we got a $38 million junior high under our belt.
Oh, absolutely. It kind of opens up the doors.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely did.
One of my biggest fears is not, failure is probably one of them. I think that's a lot of everybody's, but it's not being able to seize an opportunity once it's presented. So I always want to be in a position to either pass or capitalize on these opportunities. And most people, there's opportunity that's presented every day. And some people aren't even aware of those opportunities, and they're not looking for it. But I think living the life that I've lived, I've seen a lot come and go, and I've always wanted to position myself where I can either learn or accept or capitalize on these things. And that's what I'm all about right now is making sure that we're aware and we see these things.
Yeah, for sure. But at the end of the day, you got to get an opportunity. And then, going back to advice to give younger people, if you find hardworking, smart people and you surround yourself with them, that's the first step to success, right? Just getting good, driven people together. And from there, you don't even have to necessarily have an idea or have a destination in mind. But if you got smart people and driven people that are willing to work hard, good things are going to happen. And obviously for us, we owe our success to opportunities that people gave us, but mainly and just as importantly to the people that we've got working for us. Like, we've got an incredible team.
Yeah, how many people y'all have now?
We're 38.
38.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
To carry the you have to, you still have to get jobs. Yeah,
it's a lot of mouths to feed.
But yeah, do you when y'all get these projects, if you lose a bid that y'all been wanting to get, do y'all ever, is it kind of like a day where you're like, shit?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Shit. That was what we want. That's a project we wanted.
A lot of them come along and you propose on them, but you don't have a great shot at it. I think maybe you got 20%. If you don't get that one, you're not that heartbroken. But we had one just a few months ago that was here local that when it came out, I was like, that's ours. Like we've got the resume for it. We've done a lot of that type of work. We've got the connections. We've got it's in our backyard, and we didn't get it. And that sucked.
But you learn from it. Go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, the reason I bring that
don't know
up,
if I even learned from that one, to be honest with you, man. I was just like,
it's a tough pill to swallow.
that was just kind of like, it happens, I guess, and you just got to move on.
So when me and Matt, we're doing Golden Gulf Insurance, and this is like our first year in, and it's like we were working together, and I mean, I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of like what we like, how we're doing it, and we'll no matter what, we'll quote you out. We'll see what we can do for you. Some of them we make this kind of joke where it's like, hey, I mean, we'll put all this work in and burn.
Sure.
And then, but we keep going.
But that's back to what I was telling you earlier. Like you figure it out and you can repeat it. Like if you, like you just said, you thought that one was in the bag because you had already done it.
Yeah.
And you had all the, and I think once you get comfortable doing something and you get repetitive at it, you can crank that out. That's when you blink and it's all of a sudden you build something.
Like the other day I was in the office. We got it done, but a buddy of mine started his gutter business. And he hit me up, and Oliver had a little stomach bug, wasn't feeling good, so he had to stay home with me. And I had Oliver, me, was working from home, me and him went to the office, got it done, but it's like that kind of push. And me and Matt are communicating back and forth, but it's like we did get it done. But that was like almost a week long getting everything in order. Yeah. And it was just kind of cool, and we laughed about it, but I don't know. I love us being so young in this, and a lot of this started with our show.
If there's anything I can say is I wish I'd have done it years ago.
Yeah, I know.
It goes back to you can't buy experience.
That's right.
But everything happens for a reason.
How old were you in 2000? What did you say, 9 when you started?
29.
29. So you're 29 years old and you just took that risk to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, paid off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you always been a risk taker or?
Yeah. I mean, I've never really been afraid.
So like if you go to the casino, you're definitely losing $100.
Probably, but I'm also not betting it on stupid shit. Like I'm not playing slots.
What's your game?
I used to play poker a lot, but I don't even know if you can consider that a game.
Yeah. It is.
If I was going to go just straight gamble, it's probably going to be roulette or baccarat.
What's your numbers at the roulette table?
23, 27.
Gotta go for Jordan.
9.
Those are both my numbers. Not 9, but 23, 27.
Mine's 17, 14.
I do like roulette. There's nothing. It's fun. The anticipation of sitting there watching it or not watching.
Yeah. How about one time I was hammered and I was at the Chill, and I put 500 on red and like 500 on black. That's how drunk I was.
So you won or hit green?
No, the guy goes. The guy was like looking at me like, no. The dealer was like looking at me like, why are you doing this? And I just took it and slid it to like second, and like, was it the second
13?
I put it on there and it hit. I was like, shit. All right.
Did you go back and spend it all on drinks at the bar?
Yeah, kind of did. And they had one of the cover bands playing. I think
That's
it
what
was
you're
like
supposed to do.
Yeah.
Back when the long bar was there at the Grand, we used to go out, and we'd go out with like $20 a piece, and we go to
$5 blackjack.
Yeah.
$5 blackjack.
Go to blackjack and play. Give all the money to one guy. Let him play. We either go broke or we got drinking money.
Win. Yeah.
I used to play a lot with, Derek Foreman. I used to go play a lot with Derek Foreman. Something about Derek Foreman when he plays, sometimes he just has that, especially
smile in his eye.
Got the touch.
He's got the roulette. He's got the touch. Oh yeah.
I saw him the other day riding around in his boat.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard he's back on the coast. Shout out Derek.
Keeping it real.
I'm going by Miss Ray's house and see.
I think he just got that boat, didn't he?
I guess. I don't know. It's a little red one.
I think I saw a picture of it. Maybe
it's nice.
Let's talk about boats. I was we did the poker run for Neptunes, and we're at Marine Cantina Gulfport, and y'all were like, hop on the boat. That is one hell of a boat you have.
Thank you.
That was a fun. Michelle and all of us were there, but like that boat is badass.
It was a fun day.
Smooth. I think it's better than Ivan's boat. No, I think it's like, honestly, I really think, and I think it's better than Ivan's boat. I'm not
probably way faster.
We tied up next to Ivan's boat, and you couldn't even see mine. It was like
that's exactly how you probably want it.
Yeah, I was fine with it.
Yeah, Josh. Here's Josh Covette's in here.
Who's that?
Josh Covette.
The living legend.
Bulldogs, Yellow Jacket Nations tonight. Bro, we're Yellow Jackets.
Sting them.
Yeah, that was. I'm. You know, it's funny to say this, but like, I'm proud to be from St. Martin,
Yeah,
Latimer.
I am
absolutely.
too.
I am so
I
proud.
take a lot of crap though being in Ocean Springs now.
It is what
Do you like it living there?
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, it's hard for me to go back from where we're growing up, and guys, if you didn't know about Latimer, but like we didn't have all these big roads and all this development growing up in Latimer.
Dirt roads.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot. I mean, it was pretty free. Like I remember, like especially like we had an oyster driveway,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
and
same.
so we had foolers. We didn't have bicycles, and we would ride Daisy Vestry, Tucker, go to friends' houses.
Yeah,
my mom, and that's the cool thing is, Mom. One thing I say is, thank you for letting me just be free for a little bit, because like I would just dip off and end up at Jim Ramsey and Joe Bat. Like I would just go
right.
And as long as I was back for dinner, cool.
Yeah. Now
you can't do that shit.
No, you have the law chasing after you.
That would never. No.
Different world.
Well, it happened one time. That was Matt Garcia. Do you guys, know Matt Garcia?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, me and Matt ran when we were kids. Allegedly.
It's been 7 years, bro. You're good. You're good.
Dude, I was 13.
All right, Brad. So what was your favorite cafeteria food at St. Martin High School?
We had the pizza line. When the pizza line came out, that's where it was at. But you know, yesterday I was
I remember that line.
I was up at East Central High School yesterday. Well, actually at the lower at the time. Ate in the cafeteria yesterday. Cheesy chicken.
Oh, that's where it's at, dude.
That is your favorite.
That's my favorite.
Cheesy chicken over rice. Mine's.
Do you think that they're using the same recipes today that they used back then? Like
No way.
The Laura Bush passed
No
it down
way.
like that. This is what you're supposed to eat.
She passed it down. Then Michelle Obama said you can't eat any of this
Squashed
stuff.
it.
And like it was over with from that point.
So the cheesy chicken that you ate was not the same cheesy chicken that I remember.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, it was good,
It's more
but
different cheese.
yeah.
Different chicken.
The one thing I hated about school lunches though is I really hated the hamburgers.
I did too.
The
Terrible.
soy burgers.
Yeah,
Whatever
soy,
that
yeah.
was. I mean, I love the fries. I
bun was
always love the fries.
melted to the burger.
Yeah.
That was horrible eating them burgers.
Not good.
I did like the Stromboli. I thought about that the other day. I was been thinking about it.
Stromboli was good.
I like it. I mean, that's kind of food.
No, I was about the square pizza
Square
or
pizza.
the rectangle pizza.
Dude, I was at Memorial Hospital today. We were giving away some stuff for our breast cancer, and they have a cafeteria there.
Yeah. Did you eat there?
I got it. No,
I
I
got
got
dang
energy
breakfast.
drink. But I was thinking about it. But it's not the same thing. It's not like was it Piccadilly?
Yeah, Piccadilly.
Yeah,
I love
good.
Piccadilly.
Yeah, it started out as Morrison's and then it was Piccadilly.
Like when I go to New Orleans, I love Mother's because it's the cafeteria line. Like,
yeah,
I'll go to Mother's because
out the door.
yeah. Well, it's cafeteria. When's the
Just like that
cafeteria?
nostalgic have the line feel.
Yeah.
You talk to people in line.
I like it. Yeah. No,
you guys do.
you know for a fact I do. Like when I go to
I
like,
do know.
for a fact I'm going to meet there's no strangers. I'm going to have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
What's going on here though? When is your 72 F and S coming in, Brad? Oh,
Who said that?
That was
Casher.
Yeah.
Mr. McDonald's.
Whenever he buys it.
Ask Brad about his favorite Halloween party. I'm sure it was better than Jesse's. Dude, Jesse's was way cooler than yours.
You have a favorite Halloween?
What up,
party?
Jeremy?
I don't.
Yeah, me either.
I
So
don't know what he's talking about.
you and
he's
Desher, y'all were just on the court this past
Yeah.
year. How was that experience? Let's talk about it. I mean, you're dressing up, right?
Yeah, it was.
Did you have to grow a beard, or did you?
I didn't. Or did I? I don't think I did.
Because isn't that a thing? Like
It
I
was.
joined Mardi Gras, and they were like, "All right, beards, costumes, masks, and secrecy." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "This is weird," but
I don't remember if I had a beard. No, I shaved it because I shaved after the Queen's party
okay,
because I grew for like 2 months to get a Fu Manchu for the Queen's party,
yeah.
and then I shaved everything because I couldn't wear that.
You
but
did rock the was it the cop, right? You're the
Yeah.
cop. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. That was good. That was a good costume.
Yeah.
I wish I had a picture of that.
Did you enjoy it though?
party. Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, I did that back in 2013 as well with Garrett.
Yeah, you and Garrett were okay. That was the year before I got in.
Yeah,
Actually.
that year I grew a beard, but it was pretty sad. But somebody did the painted on beard that year. I don't remember who it was.
Was it Garrett?
I don't
Probably
think
I hope it was
I don't
Garrett.
No,
think it was
probably Gary.
It might have been. I don't think it was. I feel
Garrett,
like
was it you?
It was
Was it
Jordan.
Jordan?
Bennett?
I just remember. Okay, so my first year in Neptune, yeah, all the guys that didn't have beards, and I don't know if they couldn't grow them or they just didn't grow them, but they put on glue-ons.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what Jordan did, and it was awful.
Yeah,
Hold up.
He looked like a clown.
Glue in a beard.
absolutely. You ever seen Star Wars, the old Star Wars with the not the old one, but the Revenge of the Sith,
Like the 90s or late 90s.
Yeah. So Ewan McGregor actually.
Can you pull that up,
Obi-Wan
Garrett? I want to see
Kenobi.
this beard.
The first episode, he grew a beard. The second episode, he didn't, and they glued one on. And it's ruined the whole movie because all I watch around is just like glue on beard, like moving around and shifting.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I know
I lose the I have no interest when I see that.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Let's talk about
grow your
glue.
beard.
Glue on though is John Travolta's always glued, like had a wig. He's always wore a wig.
Really?
He's never had real hair. It's always been a glue on. You can pull that up too, Gary. Like honestly, he is always
Look at that glue on right there.
That's glued on.
Yeah,
That looks better than what
Jordan looked
yeah.
like.
His
No
may have been-
offense, Jordan.
Garrett, can you find John Travolta like glue on wig? Like it's true. Like he's never like really had hair. It's always probably back in the 70s and 80s, but like a lot of the movies we watch, like Face Off, is a wig.
Crazy.
Kind of sad, but I kind of respect it. But I didn't know that it's a really good wig.
It is really good.
I would think if Travolta's wearing it, it would be good.
Yeah, he's probably got access to good stuff.
Yeah, he's in Scientology, dude. Watch out.
Oh yeah.
What do you think? I mean, that's a thing though. So, I mean, Tom Cruise is in Scientology.
Don't ask me about.
I've been
that.
watching
I'm
documentaries on
I'm
it.
not coming up missing.
Yeah, I saw that Lee Whitney was in it. Now she's not.
Okay, right here.
That's it. That's his wig.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Dude, what kind of beard would you call that right there? I would go back, Garrett. It was just disappeared.
That's all. It's really nice though.
Oh, look at that.
Damn. I hope nobody's looking at
Guys, and I don't
I hope
know.
nobody's stunting my pictures like this one.
No, but I mean, I just didn't. That bringing that up, glue was like, I don't know. It's kind of makes sense now.
So you didn't glue your beard on. What
This
was your
year, I
theme?
didn't even do it this
What was
year.
your theme? Or what was
I
your
was a Loch Ness monster.
The Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I don't remember any of that. I was there the whole time.
we were fucking
I
trash.
don't remember a lot of it.
We were trash, dude.
I was banged up pretty good and pretty tired too. Like,
Yeah.
Didn't sleep a lot.
Does anybody have our Kellogg's Tiger costumes? Because I
We
left
did.
them at the table.
And they're gone.
Please bring them back so we can do.
Would
some
you do
skits.
that again? Would you do the court again and that and the king, or would you ever be a king?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No.
Man, it'd be a while.
Yeah. I've always said, I mean, I'm there. I don't need all that. I feel like, maybe one day, maybe when in Rome, whenever I got it like that.
You
but-
talking about king or just being
yeah,
on
just
court?
in general, just period.
No,
it
you
would
should definitely be on court.
it
man.
would take one of my family or like brothers to get up there and want to do something as far as king to get me talked into it.
Yeah, I get that, but I think you should definitely do it. It's a weird thing, right? Like, it's not a life changing experience by any means, but still, you go through it with somebody, and then you just kind of have this connection.
Bond.
Like, yeah, you just feel like, like you just feel connected to him. Like you can call him up at any point in time, and be like, "Hey, yo, I need something."
So it's a network. It's
So the
it's a
court-
bonding event.
And they
Yeah,
hang out
I
though,
think
like the
so.
whole court. Y'all, Bo and all y'all hang
so
out.
I think that this year's court or last year's court, I think we did a really good job of trying to stay together and do things. Like we all went to a concert, went to the Alan Jackson concert a few months ago.
Did he sing "Have You Forgotten"?
Probably. I don't remember specifically, but so we do a good job, I think, of trying to stay, close, and hopefully we can keep that up. Whereas, other courts, I don't know, how good a job they do. Like, the first court I was on, we didn't do anything.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
probably the first time I've seen Garrett in 10 years.
No, I mean, I see Garrett, but there's some of those.
Does he have
guys-
martinis all the time?
I'm not at Martinis anymore. I'm retired from that.
Garrett, is that where you've been seeing everybody at?
I see him out and about, but some of those guys, like I hadn't seen Jordan probably since.
Jordan's in Miami, man.
Yeah, like
I saw him at Garrett's wedding. That's about it.
Yeah, he moved away.
He's in
I knew he
Harrisburg.
moved
He's
away.
gone.
I knew he moved away, but Brandon moved away. I see Gunner once a year. I see Chris Denton once a year, if that.
So you're saying that the
AJ
come up
once a
for
year.
Neptunes has really been different from
I
where.
mean, it really has. There was 80 people in it whenever I joined.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think that you get out what you put in it, right?
Yeah,
like if you
100%.
really go
I
out of your
preach
way
that to
if
everybody.
you go out of your way, if whether you're just a member or whether you're on court, like you can have a court experience that not worth the money you pay for it, or you can have one that is, because it lasts longer than just that 1 year.
Right.
And so hopefully, this crew, like a bunch of good dudes and So hopefully we can stay close for a while.
For sure. I think y'all done a good job of it.
What do you think about doing the court? You really?
I think whenever Golden Ghost got enough money to just be, it's probably going to be an expensive.
I mean, being a Duke's not expensive.
No, a couple grand.
Yeah, I mean,
what does it cost?
you can spend as much. I mean, you're probably gonna spend $7,500 to be a Duke and Neptune, no matter what you do. And you could probably spend. I can't see how you'd spend more than 12 if you were like
Balling out of control.
trying to ball out of control, which we didn't.
That's not bad.
No, I mean, I think it's a really good value for compared to what some of the other crews are.
Well, there ain't no doubt. I mean, that stuff gets pricey, especially over in New Orleans, man. Those guys they're committed.
Even
to
the
it.
other Gulf Coast Carnivals is way more expensive, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard numbers, but I don't.
It just seems like it's always
don't know.
gotten into like a pissing match where people are like trying to outspin the next person, and
Yeah,
that's one thing
Yeah.
I purposely don't want to do. I'm like, man, I'm not going to come in. I will play the game, but I don't want to come in here and try to keep up with the Joneses and one up one another.
I agree with that.
I feel like my life doesn't spin like that. So
I don't think I've ever I don't know if for me, I don't know if I'll ever do a court thing. Because I mean, I kind of enjoy. I like the line part of it. The meeting new friends. I think that's really cool for us. We're like line
the parade's my favorite part, by hands down. I would skip 5 balls just to ride on one.
Yeah.
parade.
Yeah, the parade's fine, but there's a chance if you're on court, you're going to meet somebody you don't know as well.
Yeah, no, but the same thing. But for me, though, is the line. Like when I joined the line, I mean, Matt got me 4 or 5 years ago to join, and I wouldn't really want to get into it, but it was just to meet just the line brothers. Just in
Yeah.
itself is
The two of you definitely do a better job of getting your money's worth out of the lines than I do. I'm not a great participator.
Are you joining our line?
Well, line
So-
argument.
Yeah.
So the fall party was this weekend, so my contract's up with Line 2, so I'm a free agent now.
Oh, so you should probably
Yeah.
five.
I'm entertaining offers
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
We'd
Well,
love to have you.
So
yeah,
We would-
absolutely.
We're
We're the line that doesn't care if you show up or not.
Yeah, we do
probably
care.
a good line
We
for me.
do care. Gerald, we care. Kenny, we care. But you know what we mean. We're like, we're
Come as you are.
like, well, I think
Or
that's
no.
what St. Martin really brings to the table.
Yeah.
We're
but
kind
people
of
keep messing with us. They want to hang out. So we're doing something right.
where do you see yourself, with this, like your company? Do you love this company and you're going to watch it just continue to grow? I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all getting so big now, like people are going to be trying to buy y'all.
yeah. Well, if somebody comes along with that kind of money and wants to buy us, I mean,
Everything's for sale.
everything's for sale. And I'll maybe get that FNS.
Was it,
Yeah,
I'm
there we
talking
go. There we
about.
go. Well, hold me and Jordan down a spot on that.
was it feel that like now, like to see, starting out small to y'all growing and your position? What does it feel like to get up in the morning and hit that office and because you're friends with these people that you work with? I mean, they're
yeah.
like a family to you.
For sure.
How's that feel? Like get up and you are one of the bosses, and not say boss, but like
Yeah.
you're like a leader, like especially for the young guys, engineers that look up to you. You get leadership value, but like, what does it feel like to get up in the morning, open that door, and then boom?
I mean, it's definitely a grind at times still, I mean, it's still a job. So, I mean, there's still a lot that's got to get done, but I mean, I just like going to work and I hope that the guys, some of the younger guys see me as a mentor. I'd hope they do, but I just enjoy going and working with them. I mean, they're so much more talented than I am for sure. Like
What was your
some of the stuff that those guys do is just like,
Do you see a
Amazing.
trend in like the things that they were teaching you versus the things that they're teaching the younger guys now in school?
and do you think
Yeah.
Jason Polite actually knows what he's doing?
he does. Yeah.
Jason
And
C10s are
his
not
car-
cool.
His car is okay. His truck's okay.
Yeah.
I grew up with the Polites.
Yeah.
So
Jason's
he's one of the guys where you're
he's a
like,
good
wow.
engineer. he's
Yeah,
a
they
good
figured
engineer.
like him and his dad do the dead end garage, which they're coming on the show, but they through his experience and learning, like they're building like frames and parts for these trucks.
Right.
I mean, and that's a father son passion project after work.
Yeah, and we've told Jason before, like the confidence you have working on those trucks is the same confidence you've got to have when you're making decisions in engineering. You got to make a call. And, some of our younger guys, that's what they struggle with is making a call, making a decision because they know that it's going to have an impact in some way. And maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but you got to make a call. You can't just sit around.
I definitely
That's what
enjoy
insurance is for.
yeah, and
True.
But also, yeah, like do it, and then you can't sit there and wait. You got to do it. Try to figure it out yourself. I mean, no matter what position you're in, like you have to do it, and you're gonna fail, but like you got to at least try. You can't sit there and wait for like the next move. You can't have somebody say, "What do I need to do next?"
Right. No, you can't do it.
Yeah, I remember being at the bank and having questions, and I was just like, okay, I know there's plenty of resources around me I could ask the answer to this, but who's willing to take the time to work with me? One, and then as I would kind of figure my way through it, I'm like, is there any way I can figure this out on my own?
Right. What
can I do to figure this out before I have to go bother somebody and take them away from their task? Yeah, you got 3 people working on the same thing. That's dead time.
Sure. Yeah. No,
so
I agree.
I guess.
But softwares too, the software's changing.
Yeah, the software's changed a lot.
That's scary.
Can you CAD? Do you
yeah,
CAD?
I can. I mean, I probably can still.
I love the honesty about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could, but for some of us, electrical especially, like it hasn't changed a whole lot. The software hasn't, but for our architecture guys and partially for our mechanical guys, like it's all 3D now. Civil's been 3D for a while, but it's Civil 3D is different than Revit, which is what the architecture guys are using.
Matthew, some of these softwares are
like
this.
It's cool stuff.
But it's this.
Yeah, I mean,
like
so what do you say you guys spend on software a year?
So a seat of AutoCAD is about $7,500 a year.
Just for one seat.
Just for one seat.
And you got 30, not everybody.
Some of those people aren't using CAD, but we've probably got 17, 18 CAD users.
That's impressive. Yeah. And that's just one program.
Yeah.
Of how many do you think you guys are running?
Total?
Yeah.
20.
Wow.
And not only that, because y'all in a rendering situation too, so it's definitely
we've got rendering software.
Computers though. The computers have.
Yeah.
So is there like a whole computer part of this office I haven't seen where you guys got like the central system? And
No. I mean, everybody's got a desktop that they use, but they're all custom built stuff, and a lot of them have liquid cooled processors on them and things like that. So
right.
That's similar. Like, well, it's a lot more rendering versus us like doing a Premiere video or film. When they render, it's like 3D rendering. You got textures. Like when you show stuff to your clients, it's like.
Well, I've seen some of these, blueprint printouts that come from there. They're unreal. They're pretty.
Yeah, I mean, like the stuff that we put up for Murky. You know, I mean, those are all renderings that we've done.
It's pretty impressive.
And the more it gets, the more it's going to be like realistic as shit. Like the level of rendering.
Well, I've seen
software.
It's all the way down to an app now where you can pretty much like go through any project.
Yeah. There's apps you can walk through buildings on.
And it's almost scary,
It is. I mean, there's a lot of potential for it. You could digitize all these plans and give them to first responders, and then,
Do you guys ever is there any kind of mapping program to like the Predator where they just throw like the thing in and it goes through the room and it like reads all the walls?
There's 3D laser scanners.
Yeah,
we don't have right now, but we're looking to get into that. And we've got drones. We've got a couple drones we use to do LiDAR surveys with. They're pretty cool. You basically go on like Google Earth and map out a flight plan.
Could me and Matt and Garrett come see this one time? Like watch
absolutely.
It?
Yeah, for sure.
And what is the reason y'all do renders and put people and pets and cars in the renders? Does it build more of a family, like a warmth?
Realism.
Is it subbed out or is that somebody in house?
That's
all in house.
That's house.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. What about tiny models of the project?
Do you have them in your office?
We did one for Long Beach High School. We subbed that out. We sent that off, had it 3D printed.
I'm infatuated with tiny models.
Put it together. And I think the school still has that one.
I hope you grow so big where you have like a skyscraper and then you have like the models, you know what I mean? Like the conference room,
cool. And
you can just see it, you know what I mean? Like I see where you're at. I will get you a model. Like I will get you when we do when we move in get our next office going.
We're gonna do a model.
I will pay to get a model for you to walk by it.
Yeah.
Just like
you know, it's not that bad.
No. Was there anybody on the coast that models? You guys let us know. We've been to the train.
Could you Yeah. So that's another thing too, is we're trying to with our green screen. So we did some footage. Let's just call it out how it is. But we kind of filmed their model area. Mm-hmm. And me and Matt have been trying to figure out how to shrink ourselves to have skits in that world. So we're like
scenes into the
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Moranis is who you
know. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're going there. We're trying to we're going to be shrunk and we're going to be like, oh,
So
it's amazing.
besides shrinking, like what is the plan for this place? I mean, y'all got a lot of equipment here. I mean, are you going to monetize this deal, or are you going to try to scale this thing up, or what?
So we have scaled this thing up every week that we come and do it.
Yeah.
It's been a learning process. Nothing's been, I guess, there's been no end game. There's been no, this is where we're going. There's been a consistency to commitment to let's show up and let's create. We always say podcast second. So first off, like we do it for us.
Yeah.
We don't care if there's anybody watching.
Fucking right, dude. Fuck all that. Yeah.
But through that attitude has generated some opportunity. And I guess with that being said, we're open to anything. I mean, we're not stopping till ever.
So what outlets are y'all on? Obviously YouTube, Facebook Live. What else?
Twitch, Twitter.
Yeah. What else? We're even on LinkedIn, I think now.
Yeah.
We're just rolling with it. Now sponsorships they're clearly out there. We're doing those now. Like, we should probably plug those guys right now.
It's a new thing we're moving in to do.
That helps.
Hey, Garrett, let's shoot some sponsors out there.
But it does. But the thing is, like, we really started this as like a friend thing. Like, that's the serious thing. Like, we started that, like, we both we're working separate things. When we started this, it was more like, hey man, like, let's do it. But like,
originally it was all kind of generated over these Neptune skits, and me and Jordan got together.
Yeah,
we started working on this, and I was like, man, let's see what we can get together and do. It wasn't even about the podcast. And then kind of from there, we started creating these videos and these skits and little stuff, and we were like, this is fun. Let's talk about it.
And we did open, the Coliseum's always been a sponsor for us to help with the show. They have. Shout out to Matt, Michelle, the crew. Thank y'all so much. But it's me mainly with the friendship and like having a conversation with my friend and meeting these people. And that's something I really do take pride in. Like, when it's something like he said, we show up. We always do this. We've been doing this for 3 years, and we create all kinds of different things people don't see. But it's like,
or things people do see, and our names aren't attached to them.
You do see,
we do commercials for local businesses. We've done municipalities. We've done campaign videos.
I fucking love you, bro. I fucking love you.
We're doing a cartoon. I've seen bits and pieces of it. We even got a SoundCloud out there where we're making music.
One of the best. So if you guys haven't seen, but we have this upstairs. We have this bathroom, and it's got Marty Wilson did a mural early morning.
So make sure you sign the bathroom before you leave.
But there's this one signature, and there's several signatures in that bathroom. But it's his mom, and his mom pretty much raised me and him like growing up as kids. And it says, and it's Kathy. It says, I'm like proud of y'all. Like, it was like a cool thing that like, that's what I was looking forward to.
And it's
like,
it's right next to Brittany Reese's signature, which is a U.S. gold.
That's actually really cool, yo.
Olympian.
Yeah, that's real cool.
So there's some pretty cool names in there. And I never in a million years would we have thought that we were doing this stuff. Me and Jordan went on the track and ran with her. We had Calvin Parker on here, the guy that got abducted by aliens. So really, there's no method to our madness. It's what do we want to do?
But what do you
want to do today, Brad? You want to play with us?
We will plug our sponsors though. So let's go into it. Shout out to Gulf South Productions.
Yeah, Daniel Lozada and the crew.
If you like concerts, you want to have a good show, you want to bring in acts, you want to throw the biggest party, bigger than Josh Cosvet. Than Josh Cavett.
Call Daniel.
Bottle Service has no moves on this party. You call Daniel.
That's a party.
That's a party.
If you want a party, you see it. He's done Co-Wetzel. He's done all like Whiskey Myers. He's done it all. They have 18 wheels, whatever you need.
Jelly roll.
Yeah, Daniel's helping us out with some projects right now for some schools.
Dude, he's the best, man. He really is. He's been committed to kind of what I was saying earlier, coming down here and changing the coast, changing Mississippi, building it better. Then we got Hops and Growlers. Shout out Scott over in Ocean Springs.
So Scott was one of the first, believers in for us in the podcast and having that voice of just having a conversation with people like you.
Yeah.
Like you're an engineer that you're telling your story that hopefully inspires a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean,
or one person. Hell yeah.
We like to bring people along that are passionate about what they've got going on and effective.
Is he your first engineer?
Probably so.
Yeah. Hey, Hops and Growlers, dudes in Ocean Springs.
Government Street, right past World's Gym or Planet Fitness, whatever you think it is. Go to the railroad tracks to your right, the little gray building with no sign.
Corner of Bechtel and Government.
That's it.
And go check them out. And
Fire beer. All right, then we got Mattress by Appointment. Go check.
That's my shit right there.
Go call them. We'll put you straight to sleep. Best mattresses in town. 228-623-7230. They will get you set up.
and we will put you to sleep.
Last but not least, Golden Gulf Insurance Services. You guys go check it out. Home, auto, business, all the above. They'll write you a policy in a couple of days. Get it out there and get it bound. So that's about where we're at for sponsors right now. They're changing. They're ever evolving. We're always probably.
What's the new thing we just opened? Like we opened it up like a month ago, 2 months ago.
It's why not? That's back to where it was.
So do you think you have like monetization on Facebook? Like, so YouTube, like, is that an option? Like,
yeah, it is. But we're not really a slave to Facebook yet. So we've delved into it. YouTube as well.
We haven't been pushing like YouTube. We're growing. YouTube has went up. I mean, we've like in the last couple months, like the last 2 months, it's really hit up on us.
How many subs you got now?
Like 400. But we haven't been pushing like we started to
push it.
We don't push the YouTube.
So what's the medium to push?
All right, so we have
it's probably YouTube, but like so I will tell you right now, this is one thing that's been weird is go download us and stuff like that. But like when we have like say like Bryce Wiggins, and like he literally had a good story to tell, but completely shadow ban for like
2 views.
Really?
If you talk about COVID, shadow ban. Like and we've seen that. It's like
we'll get 11,000.
So if you talk about any kind of politics views or anything, it's all like we get videos. It's weird.
But that's just them putting their thumb on it. I mean, it's theirs. Why wouldn't
it's just surprising that they would ban a Mississippi State senator.
Well,
like, it's not a real.
How do you have a senator like on that? And I don't think he even. Some of his views were just so weird. Whereas like,
it's just if you're on the list, you're not getting.
And then people that follow us, so Facebook we have a few thousand followers, and like some of our friends were like the notifications when we go live or whatever, it wouldn't notify them because we've had a few. I mean, sometimes we go on rants.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, that's not what we're doing it for. We are getting better at everything we do. Man.
Do you think I mean, I know we are.
Whenever we first started this, it was embarrassing to go back and look at it now. I mean, me and Jordan were doing an episode, and then we were spending about 8 hours editing it and getting it out. This episode's done.
It's easier.
But you got to build up to that. Just like your first engineering project, you weren't the best at it. You learned from it.
But let me ask you a question. Do you really want to go for, like for me, I'd rather have like a true follower or true like or a person that really entertains our show. Down here, like for us down here, I'll have people come up to me and like literally just give me a hug. I'll be at Toronto's and Will Market and just, hey, watch your show. And like,
and I
look familiar. I
like to sprinkle Easter eggs and everything. So if you go back and you watch this stuff, I'm telling you what we're doing 5 episodes before we're doing it. And that's just for the people who are really into it. And nobody's even probably picking this stuff up yet. But
that's where we are. Like I think having like true listeners and you're gonna see this. And we said it to Nick Stram, Nick Lamy Electric. Shout out to Nick. But he came on. And I said, you'll know when people come up to you and you're telling your story.
Yeah,
and that's all that matters.
And people enjoy the truth and the realness and relatability. That's one thing I preach to Jordan. I'm like, man, look, in this world that seems to be so divisive out there, people just want to like split everybody up and tell you their opinion and try to get you all riled up. And I was like, let's be a light. Let's shine it. Let's show people how much in common they have. Let's show people, where we're at. People who are passionate about things. Let's highlight that. Let's be a positive light in this community.
I think y'all are doing a good job, man. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it.
You also, let's just go with like how like you only know about like people when they meet you. Like you'll meet a person, but they don't really know you. Like when you're out, like they'll kind of know you, but like sometimes people just prejudge you.
For sure.
And they'll just be like, he's like this. He's like this.
I'm guilty of it. I prejudge people on a regular
It's just a normal thing. Like, but like, they don't like know that you're a badass dad that busts his ass. And you know what I mean? Like,
they can ramble around with the UFC fighter and the octagon.
Nah.
But they don't know that you worked at a company to start your way in the field. They just know you right now as MP Design Brad, and like you when people just meeting you.
That's right.
And nothing for us. We just shine a light where people can dive in. Like you ever have an issue? Tell them to look up your podcast and listen to your stories. Like you literally watch a football game and we're a chaperone for your kid's homecoming. Like that's cool shit. Like that's real shit.
It's what's going on.
It's just stuff.
Look, I know. I mean, what was that one Tiger company that was popular? The brands, merchandise, like
Tiger company.
The 2005, all the
Puma?
merch stuff, and like how people.
Puma?
Well, the people used to dress weird. Like what's that damn Josh? What was that hat? What was that hat that people always wore?
Affliction?
Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy.
So everybody had this thing where like I got to dress this way, I got to have this shirt, I got to be this way. But in reality, like you just could tell your story. Like people can relate to you telling a story like, hey man, like I watched the football game and was a chaperone. That's cool as fuck.
Or I started here, didn't intend on this, and this is where I ended up.
Yeah.
You know? And there's been so many people I think that have come up to us and they're like, "Hey, man, I didn't know this about so and so. Or you changed my mind about so and so."
I've learned stuff about people from watching y'all's show.
And
hell
that's
yeah,
mission accomplished.
fucking hell yeah.
So I'm happy to hear that. So
Yeah, that means a lot.
That means we're doing our job. And you know, we get kudos for it all the time, but to hear it and see it, it's. And lets us know we're doing the right thing. And then anybody that we've ever talked to about what we're doing, they're like, hell yeah, that's cool. How can we help you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't ever get that response on a lot of things that I do, but that tells you that you're doing the right thing.
And I'll tell you right now, with my little boy, like I can tell you right now, like I'm learning things from you of like work hard, but also be a hell of a father.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, probably there was a point in time in my life where I was a little too dedicated to the grind every day. I'm not saying I was neglecting my kids by any means. But, I could have been more attentive.
And that dude, Ivan came on here and preached it. He's like, family over everything, man. Don't get
I mean, I think you definitely appreciate that more the older you get.
They were super young when you did this career, though. They were babies.
My daughter wasn't even born yet. So, yeah, my son was probably a year and a half. Well, he was a year. And but I mean, there was a point in time when they were probably 3, 4, 5 when, we were really like hustling and, really trying to grow. We're still trying to grow, and that's part of the whole changing the name, right? Like it can only go so far if it's 2 or 3 people.
Yeah. My motto is what got you here won't get you there.
That's right. And that's the same thing for us.
I love that.
Everything's got to evolve. You got to be a bit back to an opportunity comes. You got to be able to first identify it.
That's right.
Then analyze it and say, is this for me or is this not for me?
Or do you think your kids are at an age now where they kind of see any kind of sacrifice yet or no?
I don't know. It's so hard to tell. So hard to understand. My kids don't talk a lot. They don't communicate a lot. Probably get that from me, but I hope so. I hope the one thing that I can teach them without trying to tell them anything is work ethic. And I hope they see it. I saw it. My mom was a grinder. She was home late every night because she was in the banking industry and she was a female trying to make it at the time
in a man's world. Yeah.
And, she hustled a lot. And so she never talked about it, but I saw it and I picked up on it. I also picked up on, I didn't want to be her and I didn't want to be on a hamster wheel for 45 years and just hope that a company treats you right whenever it's time to leave. Cause it's a dog eat dog corporate world out there now.
For sure.
And
do you feel like you bring some of that with your company? Not like, I know there's a lot of guys that work for your company that have fun with the company.
Yeah, we try to make it a fun place to work.
Nobody I know that works there says I hate my job.
Yeah, they really.
If it's
company crawfish boils.
Yeah, no shit.
We try. We do a Ryder Cup golf tournament. We do fantasy football tournaments. Yeah. We got the Mardi Gras parade, the float. We put the float in the Tuesday parade. So we try to make it fun. If it's not fun, people aren't going to stick around.
Dude, my motto at Bancorp, whenever I was there, I was like, if you can't make work fun, don't make work. And I'm carrying that with me wherever I go.
I agree.
Yeah. Smile, have fun doing what you do. Like, just be about that. To breathe positive environment.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that was cool. Like that with you coming on here too is like, I'll go, like I'm learning. We're gaining knowledge. So when we have a guest on, we're learning new things.
That's true.
And that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
And I always go back to the Batman with Jim Carrey when they did the TV and they stuck it to your head where you're just gaining this knowledge. Like, hey, we've done what is this episode 158?
157.
157? Yeah. 157 people plus probably 10 more, 20 more.
Are we having air?
When we first
got too wasted?
Well, we because we didn't want to edit back when we were live.
Right.
Like now we're live, but we've had 157 people.
But we got to rack their brains.
Yeah,
yeah, it's a great opportunity for y'all.
Absolutely,
and for everybody that's watching.
Cool shit.
Yeah, for sure.
We've learned a lot, and it's opened up a lot of doors, and we're nowhere near being done. Yeah, I can say that. So
you're
talking about on the last episode 10,000 hours. I say 10,000 hours, you master your craft.
You feel like you've hit 10,000 hours yet?
What you get 2,000 hours a year, right?
Cool. Yeah. But that's a grind.
Yeah, I mean, if I haven't hit 10,000 hours yet, then
you're close.
I've been doing something wrong.
No, you're there.
Did you So when you first started with that, the company off of Big Ridge, I thought
Kathy.
I didn't never know they're an engineering firm.
It looks like a church.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a
Yeah.
church like where they do they count the money.
Well, my office at one
They
point was
count the
like,
money.
I had the front office at the front door for a while. And
How big was that office?
I don't know. We
Is it
probably
still
had,
there?
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
there.
hell yeah,
It's still
there.
there.
It's still
Okay.
there. We probably had, I don't know, 12 people or so in there at one point in time. Plus, they had people in the field. But I can't tell you. There was probably 3 or 4 people that would knock on the door. I'd go answer the door, and it was somebody, man, can you help me out? I'm
Buy these,
part-time.
buy these crosses
Yeah.
that we're selling.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
I
really?
thought it was a church, So
It's just the way it is. Well, Brad, look, dude, we appreciate you coming on the show.
absolutely.
We're gonna do it again. We're
Yeah.
gonna do an episode 2
Yeah.
for sure.
How can they find you? How can they find your
If
company?
they want to follow you guys,
Yeah,
they want to see what's going on in Machado or M&P Design, excuse me.
mpdesigngroup.us on the web. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
If
all
you
the
guys want to
socials.
contract them out, get them a call.
Give us a holler.
Also, this Saturday, pinkdressrun.com,
October 22nd.
Chandelier. I mean, we already got over 450 people registered. Come out,
Run.
local, help, give me money. Let's raise over $100,000 for breast cancer. Let's fucking do it.
All money stays here local.
Yeah,
Do it.
we've been a hell of a journey, but guys, if you can come out, you're gonna have a time of your life. The registration starts at 10 a.m. 11's the run. We're having tricycle races, and that's done by Andrew at Hancock. Shout out Andrew, love you.
Yeah, you guys.
My man,
great
Drew.
support staff. Thank y'all so much for watching, tuning in.
And we love you.
Yeah, come back next week for another fire show. See y'all later.